glycemic index. Basically, there's complex carbohydrates, simple sugars, fast-acting carbohydrates, slow-acting carbohydrates. She's probably getting a lot of the fast-acting carbohydrates that's causing her to spike and dip and spike and dip and spike and dip throughout the day. So more complex carbohydrates, whole grains, things that have a little bit of fiber in them, tend to last a little bit longer and tide you over.
Yeah, I try to tell her, like, don't wait till you're, like, starving. Like, try to, sometimes it's hard in school, but it's just such a long day from morning till all the way through dance. So I'm like, try to, you know, take snacks and try to.
Yeah, exactly. And with school, we talked, you know, they're letting them take water, they let them have snacks. They can take snacks. School, do they go?
It's amazing.
They can even have iPads now.
It's great.
Cell phones.
Cell phones.
So they can actually have
They can take a snack, like so my kids take
like a bar or
bar.
something like that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Because it can be a long time from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if they start at, you know, 7 something in the morning, and then they don't get home till like after 6 at night because they have their activity right after. So, I mean, she could never go the whole day. I mean, she brings snacks like for before dance or whatever because she would never be able to physically do it, I don't think, because she just goes through so much. But I've been trying to encourage her to, you know, and she's actually pretty healthy. I mean, like, she likes the fruit, but I've just been trying to read a lot about like taking, you know, nuts and yogurt and hummus and some of those that will kind of even out her, so she doesn't have those spikes. But
Another thing to consider, you may want to talk to your kids about is what they do over their lunch hour. Not, you know, sometimes lunch hour is more of a social issue, and there's not a lot of eating that goes on. So there should be a breakfast, but even if there's breakfast and we're not having snacks and we're not getting much in the way of quality nutrition over lunch, you're really going 8, 9, 10 hours between when you last had a decent meal and when you're starting your competition. So things like snacks, granola bars, nuts, hummus might be hard to transport.
yeah,
You know,
depends on.
they have those little, and you mentioned yogurt, they have a little Go-Gurt.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
open and,
You can freeze them.
you know.
Yeah, hummus too, don't have lunch.
Yeah, I saw the hummus and
Yeah,
like guacamole and
yeah,
hummus,
the little
peanut
blocks,
butter.
they're 100-calorie block and 100-calorie hummus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad, and you know, some like a multi-grain cracker, wheat thins, or Triscuits, something that's a whole grain cracker would be a good snack now.
Can I ask one last question?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Now, the bedtime snack, like, do you think that's something, and I have teenagers, I mean, and I just feel like they're always hungry, but, like, I'm like, do they really need it? I mean, I don't want to prevent them from eating, but I'm like, is that just, I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, they're both active, so.
Yeah, in general, most athletes need more calories than we think they do. It all depends upon total number of calories in a day. You can have an evening snack. The problem is that you tend to overeat in the evening, you get tired, you get a little cranky, maybe you don't have all the self-discipline, you're craving more of the sweets at that hour than you might at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So the recommendation is trying to get more of your calories during the day and not have so many evening snacks, but if you're short on calories at the end of the day, you know, a healthy evening snack is a good idea.
What's a typical evening snack?
What would
Night
be a
snack?
happy?
Well, it could be anything, but I was just looking at the suggestions, like the cereal is good, or, you know. I mean, they like fruit, but then I think that times just spur them on the sugar, and then they want like something else there. But I'm not the best example, so I
Yeah,
can't.
well, I mean, I could see them all before they go to bed. There's, you know, because they need calories. I don't know, I think it's, what do you think of that?
You know, I have no problem with a malt, and actually a dairy-based evening snack is a good idea. The type of protein that's in dairy products is just, for the most part, the majority of the protein is a slower acting protein. It's a really good pre-bedtime snack to kind of aid recovery overnight. And we'll talk a little bit more about sleep as well. But, carbohydrates are the emphasis, especially in those, you know, we mentioned in the pre-exercise meals, because when you're exercising, almost in any athletic event, unless you're, you know, continuously, maybe cross country, even in soccer, which we think of as mostly an aerobic sport, you're burning mostly sugar. Because really, if you break soccer down, you watch one individual player, they're sprinting, and then they kind of jog around and wait for opportunity, and then they sprint again. And those high intensity activities, you're almost solely burning sugar or carbohydrates. So that's what you want the majority of that pre-competition meal to be made up of. And again, not a lot of protein or fat to slow the digestion.
But it's a more complex carb rather than
Yes.
sugar.
During an activity, you can have more of those simple sugars, like sometimes at halftime they'll serve oranges. Fructose is a simple sugar. You might digest it and absorb it a little bit quicker. A lot of the other carbohydrates that are in your sports drinks are going to be simple sugars, and those are okay during an event, but only in small amounts. You pile a whole bunch of those into your stomach, and it actually works just like those electrolytes that we talked about earlier. It attracts water and can pull water into the digestive tract, and you end up with that symptom upset stomach. So a large amount of complex carbohydrates at least 2 hours beforehand, small amount of simple sugar during, whether it's on a sports drink or small bits of fruit or something of that nature. Do we have any distance runners here cross country? We're going to talk about carb loading, but that's not necessary. Fats are a secondary fuel, so if we do have kids who end up going into something like a cross country or a more endurance-based event, you can be a little bit more liberal with fats, but again, as far as the amount of calories that are burned during an event, even in the event of a marathon, the majority of your calories are going to be burned from sugars, and the body stores of fats that we have on board already are going to be plenty to get you through that event, so it's not really something you need to concentrate on supplementing. Micronutrients, something that you might want to look at or have questions about supplementing, especially in younger girls. Iron seems to be a big issue. I don't have any percentages, but a lot of younger women are prescribed iron supplements. Just about all of your crackers, pastas, breads, those sorts of things are going to be fortified. Some vegetable sources, things like spinach. If you're concentrating on getting iron, you want to get more iron into you. When you're having an iron source, whether it be red meat or leafy green vegetables or something, having something acidic along with it, it sounds like an odd combination, but like a salad and orange juice. With those leafy greens, that acidic environment, the acid in the juice actually helps your body to absorb it a little bit better, especially from plant sources of iron. The iron that's going to come from a red meat is generally pretty easily absorbed.
Like vinegar dressing?
Vinegar dressing.
Vinegar dressing. On a salad.
That's a nice combination.
Yeah.
And orange juice. And a Caesar salad. B vitamins. You hear a lot about like a B complex or a B complex vitamin. Basically what B vitamins do in our body is they're like the spark plugs for all of our metabolic pathways. So when we're burning carbohydrates during an event, we're burning fat. During the rest of the day, if we're focusing on body composition and trying to lose weight, or we're feeling sluggish, we don't have a lot of energy. Oftentimes B vitamins can be to blame. Complex carbohydrates, well, really most any grain product, but especially whole grains, dairy products, and meats tend to be the best sources of B vitamins. Just like with a supplement, if you want to, or with a multivitamin, if you want to supplement for insurance, you can. Calcium, we think of that for bone density. 3 servings of dairy a day for both boys and girls. You're growing, you need to have plenty of calcium on board. Anybody who's lactose intolerant